we also had CM Punk versus the World in the messiest segment I feel like I've seen in WWE in a while. Like, what the fuck was going on here? Like, Punk was... you can't tell me he wasn't gotten to here. Punk was, the word I used on Twitter, he was rattled. He had that look in his eye that you see every now and then, that you saw when Hangman Page was going at him. Something's needled him there. Whether I assume it's probably Drew and his, going to get his muffins from Mindy's Bakery in the day, and the other shots he's pulling. Fucking, what was this? It was like completely like... reports have come out, elements of it are obviously scripted and there's certain things they've agreed to say. There's definitely certain fucking things they definitely didn't agree to say. Nobody was greenlighting those Vince McMahon lines that were in there as well, but fucking hell, this was like just a glorious mess. This is one for us, JP. I said Raw was a show for the sickos, unbelievably. Not the in-ring wrestling. I felt like Gareth once the bell rang, but like, as far as like, just like, again, I'm not even sure the way I describe it. I feel like Rock is being as just entertainment as he is, somewhat counterproductive to what the big match is supposed to be at WrestleMania. If he's counterproductive, I don't know if there's a word for Punk. Punk was like literally like shouting over Drew and Seth as they were trying to get the lines in, trying to get their music cut off, randomly trying to get chants going. Like he was borderline unprofessional, I would say. This was CM Punk with a crazed look in his eye, but did it result in a fucking wildly entertainment segment that felt like it was very much live and very much about to go off the rails at any segment? I've got to say yes to that too as well. So I suppose it's a result at the end, but fuck me, I'm not sure if the notes they were hoping to hit with this segment that the road agents probably had written down were there, because I maybe came out of it just feeling I want to see CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a fucking street fight now rather than whatever WrestleMania match it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I just, you know what? I was entertained because I seen bits and bobs of like people's tweets like yourself and that, and I thought, oh, something's gone off here. And then when I put it on, like I said before, I enjoyed it, but I thought Punk, with him being rattled, was a bit more of a tit though than usual, and I thought he was clinging on. No, I think he was clinging on a bit because I think Drew handled himself very well. I think he wasn't selling it much, Drew, and that was pissing Punk off even more. And then he was trying to more then, and I thought he'd come off a bit more of a tit than usual, in a good way as always, because it's Punk. But I thought Drew held his own as well, to be fair, with his little comebacks.
I wonder if it was like the line about, because it was a bad line, the line about the skirt. Like
all the time, he kept saying,
like Punk, because Punk likes to see himself as this fucking woke hero of whatever. I mean, he also shouted out Jim Cornette in the same fucking promo, unless he was shouting out the British Wrestling Experience. I won't rule that out, but I'm pretty sure it was the Jim Cornette Experience. But like, he didn't like that. I think that's probably what it is. But it was. I think that's why I liked it though, because it was on that knife edge of like, he wasn't even letting them talk. He wasn't even making sense himself. Why was he trying to get random chants started? Why was he like getting music cut off? It was just borderline unprofessional. It was, but pure and distilled Phil, I'd say. JP, we got you back.
Well, yeah, we according to Fightful, it was all part of the plan. And I imagine there's like, that's just saving face. That's how I took that. No, he isn't on here. And I generally agree actually with Matty on this, whereby I thought the part of the problem here is some of the Chicago stuff came across, I thought just it was quite hackneyed at this point, and it's just like, I've kind of heard that.
Yeah,
he came across
really
as a dick.
He's on that, don't he?
He does. And he was just kind of dickish for the responses, because what it did is it kind of threw the timing off for a segment. Because don't get me wrong, like I will always complain about overly scripted stuff, and you want people to be able to improvise. What you don't want them to do is to have endless bits where they talk over each other, trying to throw the other person off. That doesn't necessarily make for like kind of like coherent promos. Is it still funny? Yeah, I laughed at it.
It is. No, it is
because it was just like, oh, you are clearly bothered. Oh, you are clearly bothered by this. This is what you're going to do. And like, it made me laugh, but I don't think that was the intention. The fact, like when he said about like, oh, do you want him to like referee? I mean, we'll talk about when Rollins is just like, I just laugh at Rollins, and that completely unironically, it's just like,
he ate Rollins alive. I agree with Matty in that Drew kept his head above water. I don't actually think it was Drew's greatest segment. I think he was scrambling a little bit, and trying to a couple of his lines about how Punk's obsessed with him didn't really fully make sense because he was knocked off his game as well. But I like that. I like them being knocked off the game. As much as I'll agree with the individual criticisms of maybe some of Punk's behaviour here, like Andy says, the Vince references. No way they were part of the plan.
No way.
That was a dangerous game, to the point where even I was like, I feel like you're trying to use, the very serious allegations against Vince here to win an argument that wasn't even happening, that you've just decided in your own head was happening, and tried to, that came very close. It wouldn't shock me if, I was thinking fines. I was thinking a backstage fight. I was like, what? Literally, I was thinking, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and there's gonna be a Punk off fined $100,000 for possibly bringing up Vince. And there was literally he punched out Seth Rollins, or I don't know, Chad Gable looked at him funny backstage or something like that. It was close to that.
But that's what I agree with Chris as well a bit, like JP alluded to. I don't think he got the reaction he expected on most of these things as well, and overall. He got a decent pot when he come out, but the lines, he wasn't getting it, and I think that's why he was clinging more, to try and be more of a tit to get the reactions, and I just don't think... I think Drew done, as you say, I think he done really well here. So, I know he was knocked off
the
a little bit.
The stand line was good, as Chris
but
said.
He kept it. But Seth, no one likes Seth, dude. Literally no one likes him.
I know Gareth hates Drew. I love banter Drew. I'm into it. Even if it's just I enjoy what he does on TV. And separately, I'm not saying the same thing, I love fucking meme Drew on Twitter, and that meme he posted of Bart Simpson playing chess with 3 different people, and it's oh, look at this boy, he's playing chess with 3 people, and he gets checkmated 3 in a row. That's Seth Rollins, in it. In every feud he's in, Drew nailed it. And Punk literally was just what did Seth say? You want to know what I think? And Punk went, no. That was it. Yeah. He was done. He couldn't keep up. He really couldn't. Yeah.
But as are we taking bets on when we think Punk will be gone soon, JP, or what do we think?
It's gotta be coming. It's gotta be coming. This was the closest I've felt to oh fuck, all that talk of when he came out. I honestly thought I had that little thought. I almost tweeted it or put it in the Discord where I was as much as AEW seemed tailor made for Punk, he actually seems happier in WWE. Whether it's because in his mind it's the big time. And maybe he's enjoying the checks and balances of it more, and for whatever reason he's on his best behaviour. Nope. And by the end of this segment I was like, fuck me, they probably need to keep him on a short leash. But then
it's a balancing act then.
I'm so torn.
It's a proper walk on the fucking tight fucking wire, the fucking in the circus, because this is what you want from Punk, and it gets the best out of him. Yeah, don't get me wrong as well, when he's just in there doing wrestling stuff like you said, you forget how good he is at just that as well, because it's realism makes that better. But when it actually is real, you're towing that line of you want him like this, yeah, but if he crosses that line, he's gonna go over the edge, and it's a dangerous game. But that's what the wrestlers keep saying, the promos, and that's what they're hoping for probably in real life. So it's very, very tough game to do that.
Needs to be healed, doesn't he? That's what our mate Sidgwick said that today. I think that's probably actually true. It is an injustice that he's not been a heel for his entire comeback run. We need that now. I felt
that is wild. That, to be fair,
he'll be more comfortable, won't he? Once we get there, and he can be like this. Fuck.
But he'll get involved at Mania, of course, and he's going to get off the commentary table and cost whoever. I think he might cost Seth by mistake, and Drew will end up champ, I think. And then obviously, don't know how long he's out for. So
that seemed like part of it to me as well. You could tell he was probably see, I knew the crowd would want me to be the ref. He doesn't seem to want to be the commentator.
No.
Because it went so off the rails, it felt like Drew and Seth had to introduce that concept when it really surely should have been him. It was like they were gifted him this, well, you can be the commentator, mate, type of thing. It was definitely not the script. I think he probably felt like that, because he literally counted them out, didn't he? I think he wants to be the ref here. Maybe he'll change it on the fly. Maybe
your arm doesn't work, and then obviously he done the other arm. That's good, didn't he? And hammered it home. So
fucking hilarious. I loved it.
And I knew you were better.
But again, that's I can
slip piss taker as Phil.
Yeah. He is. It's
at least my mic's working now at this point.
Yeah, you're back. You're back, JP.
We got you back. Any other thoughts on Punk, JP?
I mean, what do you say about the king of the piss takers that you guys haven't already really said there? How long is he going to last was the question before I had to do a quick refresh there. I'm struggling to see him there at the end of 2024. Possibly, like, he might give it a go to be in some sort of Mania main event.
He wants to do that
year.
Mania, JP, so maybe that's it. Mania, and that's it then.
But then Phil Brooks is Phil Brooks. And what is he going to do? He's going to fucking tee off as well. But yeah, he's the same old CM Punk. It just feels like to me, though, from a character perspective, turn him heel.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing that we didn't see in AEW that was like really frustrating the time he was there, was the mega heel CM Punk. I kind of want to see mega heel CM Punk in WWE because I actually think that's where the money is. And I think then you can go to him and Cody after you have The Rock out of the way at SummerSlam. That would be what logical booking would say to you, wouldn't it?
Him and Seth, and then I'll go down the line to him and Cody maybe next year.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that, JP.